calling from YouWalkAway.com. How you
Ken, this is Raina with You Walk Away.
This is Renata from You Walk Away.
Peter with You Walk Away.
YouWalkAway.com may be the only business that's growing in this grim housing market.
Most of these banks are not negotiating with people until they're delinquent.
So you guys wanted to go ahead and get started?
Its website reassures people you are not alone. The 30 or so advocates, as they call themselves, may be the first friendly voices struggling homeowners have heard.
Most of them are at a loss. They've tried to work something out with the banks and it's just not working, so they don't know where to turn next.
John Maddox on the left and Chad Rule started You Walk Away this year to guide people step by step through a foreclosure.
It's an easy process for them to follow, to understand their timing of how long to stay there, the rights that they have against the lender.
You Walk Away started in Southern California back in January, and since then hundreds of stressed out homeowners have sought them out. People who, for one reason or another, say paying for the American dream simply isn't worth it.
I had to decide whether I was going to exhaust my savings entirely and have my credit score ruined and then try and figure out what to do.
After she lost her job, Renee Sedgwick tried to call her mortgage company 5 times to work something out, but never got past the receptionist. After the lender changed the locks on her home 90 days earlier than it was legally allowed to, she contacted You Walk Away.
They were on my side. I felt like I had an advocate.
The era of risky mortgages and borrowers eager for them led to the Valley's foreclosure crisis. It might also contribute to a sea change in how people view home ownership. If they don't have any of their own money at stake, the home's value is dropping while the payments are growing, why not walk away?
It is not quite as easy and liability-free as they represent.
Brock Davis leads the southern chapter of the Mortgage Bankers Association of Nevada. He took out ads warning Valley homeowners to refinance out of risky mortgages before the real estate bubble burst. Now Davis has another warning.
You're not home free after the foreclosure sale. After the foreclosure sale, especially if there's a first and a second mortgage, that second mortgage has as long as 6 or 7 years to be able to track you down and try to collect from you.
But if You Walk Away's sales figures are any indication, 600 customers since January and 10,000 web hits a day, homeowners have reached a cold calculation.
Basically, those are the people that are coming to us saying, what do I do?
And are willing to do business with a company promising to guide them out of their financial quagmire.
It's a shame, it really is.
Stephen Mackinac may like to keep his head buried in the mechanics of his ATV, but his head isn't buried in the sand when it comes to what's happening in his father's Southern Highlands neighborhood.
Everything was good and it was quiet and everybody kept to themselves and it was, like I said, nice and peaceful. I guess the past year maybe, I don't know how long, it's just been starting to go downhill.
A few streets over, Olive Knaus has seen her neighborhood on the same downward spiral.
The neighborhood is a lot quieter because nobody's really living here.
Streets filled with for sale signs, homes that are either bank-owned or rented out in desperation of making the next mortgage payment. Mackinac and Knaus live in a foreclosure hot zone, where homeowners are burned by foreclosures even though they're in no danger of losing their own homes.
You work your butt off to afford a house like this in a nice neighborhood and you finally get it, and now, the neighborhood starts to change, and now you're stuck with these surroundings.
1 in 62 homes in Nevada is now owned by the bank. The foreclosure rate here has tripled in the past year. But if you're saying, you know what, it's not that bad where I live, it's because the foreclosure crisis has hit some neighborhoods far worse than others. We found 4 neighborhoods where foreclosure rates were highest over the summer, beginning in the southeast with Southern Highlands, going up to 15 north of UNLV, the community of Winchester, 12 foreclosures in a neighborhood of fewer than 600 people. Then north on the 95 to Lynbrook and to the west, Centennial Hills.
They were marginal buyers. They got shoehorned in.
Steve Botfeld is a real estate analyst. He says neighborhoods with higher foreclosure rates have 3 things in common: marginal buyers, speculators who couldn't flip the houses before the downswing, and third,
you're going to find that there is not integration of retail and residential in those areas, and people found it more and more difficult simply to live there.
His advice to those homeowners left behind in half-empty neighborhoods: be patient.
This market will turn positive probably within 6 months, less in my estimation, but I don't think people are going to recognize it until the end of the first quarter or the beginning of second quarter next year. So wait just a little bit, and this too shall pass.
While Botfeld's prediction is far rosier than other analysts, his advice to stay put seems to be the only choice for homeowners who now owe more than their house is worth.
It's about $60,000 less than what I paid for it. So I don't really have a choice but to stay put.
And analysts say each foreclosure in your neighborhood can knock another 1% off the value of your home. Thousands of Valley homeowners riding out a storm that few saw coming, but has swept away so many of their neighbors, along with the character of their neighborhood.
Red carpets, amazing shows, decadent dining, and superb shopping.
If anybody lives in Las Vegas and they're bored, it's their own fault.
Yep, we walk among the stars and live in the entertainment capital of the world. It's fabulous. Everyone else knows it, so why don't we take advantage of it?
Traffic, parking, just rather be at home. No, I'm not a tourist, so.
It's crowded, tourists, you know, it's crazy down there.
It's very expensive on the Strip now. They don't have the deals they used to have.
Okay, well, what if you could get stuff cheaper, easier, even for free, just for being a Las Vegan?
The more free stuff you give out, the more people are gonna be there, it's plain and simple. People are cheap in general, and they like free stuff.
J-Lo's love don't cost a thing, and neither does partying, a lot of the time here, if you're a local. Example, Sunday school at Body English. All Las Vegans, male or female, get in, no cover.
Everyone comes down on Sundays. It's probably one of the best parties in town.
On Fridays, if you're a fashion-forward local female, listen to this.
Free champagne, you get pampered and treated, and then you leave with a fancy gift bag. It's fun.
Got a craving for a fancy feast? Locals try any of Wolfgang Puck's restaurants and be a Vegas VIP.
When they actually take the trouble to come down here, we want to make it extra special, and that starts at the front door. Whether you have a reservation or not, you're seated immediately.
Best seat in the house and a comp dessert.
And we really want to say thank you because it's our home as well as Las Vegans as well.
Tom Wilkinson, who also calls Vegas home, runs the website vegasforlocals.com. On it, you can find info about deep discounts. From 2-for-1 show tickets to the Riviera's Crazy Girls and the Strat's American Superstars to better hotel room rates, like 25% off the Hilton Hotel, only for us.
Same thing for tours, same thing for museums, restaurants, golf. You name it, we've got a list of over 100 discount online printable coupons.
Want to outlet shop but you don't want to drive? How about a free shuttle that picks you up at the MGM and brings you to the California border?
Ride that shuttle out free anytime you want to go shopping at the outlet malls in Prim with the price of gas now. I mean, as a guess, that would probably save you a few bucks. In addition to that, as soon as you get there, you get a free coupon book good at many of the stores in the mall.
So no more excuses like,
It seems like most of the industry around here is oriented towards the tourists.
if you are, say you are. You can be a local superstar in the Valley. You just have to know where to go.
There's a ton of great entertainment options out there.
And who to talk to. Discounts, deals, and comps. Hey, we are Las Vegans after all.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva!